What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Chasing the Elites. This is episode 4, our first recap from Lake of the Ozarks. So overall, a great first event. My boater was a great guy. I really enjoyed fishing with him. Weather was nice. It was supposed to rain and be miserable all day, and it really didn't. It was really cold. That was a little tough, but you can't be too picky or too choosy. So overall, it was a very good tournament. I didn't catch any fish. I caught one fish, but it wasn't a keeper. I didn't catch any keepers. My boater caught 2 for like 7 pounds, and I'll tell you, one was like a 5.5 pounder. I'll tell you guys more about that as I go deeper into my my breakdown. But stayed at a Days Inn down there. Recommend Days Inn. The Days Inn, I'll link it below. We stayed in Osage Beach, just like literally 10 minutes from the boat ramp. Crazy event. Biggest event I've ever been to. Completely full. That was quite a bit of fun, actually. Lots of boats. 230 boats. Full field. And actually, even with the full field and me not catching anything, I'm tied for 124th in points, which is I'm fine with. So, but definitely wanted to come away better. I told you guys I want to finish top 40 in every event. Obviously that didn't happen, but the lake was fishing really tough. So let's talk about conditions first, and then we'll slowly move towards techniques and stuff I used and some stuff that I think was going on. So down there, those lakes are big enough, and it's normally warm enough, those lakes never freeze. Now back here home in central Illinois, all our lakes around here freeze. A lot of the coves freeze, some parts of the main lake. All my ponds freeze, stuff like that. In Missouri, where we were, that typically doesn't happen. So from the guy that I fished with, he was a local. So I was talking with him, all their lakes froze down there. That's why Table Rock was canceled, it was frozen solid. And the Toyota, MLF Toyota series was at Lake of the Ozarks like the week before, and the ice, they were literally breaking a super thin layer of ice to get out to practice the week prior to that, so 2 weeks before our tournament. So when I heard that, I had a guess of where I thought these fish were. It had been warm for those 2 weeks, so the water had been heating up. And I know from my experience here, when it gets really, really cold, those fish become super lethargic, but they tend to stick to the bottom a lot of times, and they sit out in some deeper water. My guy fished the Toyota, did really well, finished in the 40s, and he was fishing an Alabama rig some of the week with a jerk bait, but was really getting those fish on the Alabama rig out deep, really slow cranking it, fishing deep like that, he said. That everybody does that. It's early spring, late winter like that, Alabama rig is killer. But the 2 weeks in between, I knew those fish are slowly going to be moving up. They're slowly going to start moving from the depths to the points, and then they're going to go out and they're going to look to move to the shallow to spawn and everything else. I knew that's kind of where these fish were, and if I had guessed right, I knew these fish were probably going to be, up, not on the shore, but they're going to be kind of sitting like mid-depth water, like kind of in between. And this time of year, especially here, the fish are really inactive, and then there's these spurts where these fish move to feed. And if they're in a lake, they'll move up into these pockets where there's bait. If they're in these ponds, they just become really active. That's what I thought they were doing. And ended up, I feel like I was right on my calculations. We rolled into this pocket around 10, 11 in the morning. A lot of bait in there, and that's when he caught the 5.5 pounder and then followed it up with a 2 pounder. So I caught my short in that time too. And I think we just happened to roll into that pocket when those fish were feeding. And when we got to the point, a bunch of fish on the point, and we came back to this pocket several times. And I decided, and I felt in my gut that it was for a crankbait bite. It was going to be a good day for a crankbait bite, kind of overcast with some sun. The water was on a warming trend. They were chasing bait in the pockets. And so I just cranked away all day. I cranked probably 85 to 90% of the day, threw in a jerk bait, a Ned rig, and like a creature bait the other 10, 15% of the time. I caught my one fish on a Ned rig, but I had found out pretty quick I didn't feel like they were going to bite that. I threw that. That was my primary secondary bait of that 10 to 15% I wasn't throwing a crankbait, and it just wasn't happening, So I just kept coming back to that crankbait, really feeling like they were going to be, with the warming trend and stuff, they were going to start eating, and it just, it never happened. And sometimes that's how tournament fishing goes. It doesn't happen. It's a super tough time to fish in that transition when those fish, you could throw a live minnow right in front of them, and I don't think they would eat it. They know where the bait is, and when they're hungry, they're going to move to it. So just a tough day. A lot of tough conditions. It had rained all day the 2 days prior, really messed up a lot of fish, brought the lake up. A lot of fish got washed out. A lot of areas got washed out, lots of mud in certain parts of the lake. Tough tournament for sure, but all we can do is move on to the next one. We're gonna keep grinding, and we're going to Table Rock here very soon, very, very soon. It's 3 weeks away now, less than 3, 2.5 now. So definitely looking forward to that. So I want to show you guys the baits that I use primarily. The main guy that you guys have heard me talk about on my Instagram, you've seen a video where this was highlighted, is this little guy right here. This is the Googan Squad Banger Crankbait. It's a little shallow running crankbait, and this is in Cash Crawl. I also threw the flat banger. I don't have one with me, actually. I only bought one, that's right. But I threw a flat banger, which is a flat side crankbait. That was my other crankbait I threw. And I threw in this color too. This is the Recon. Little bigger crankbait, a little deeper. I ended up cutting it off with a flat banger just because we were never really where we needed that deeper crankbait. We fished a lot of shallow kind of pea gravel pockets. So I threw chatterbait a little bit. I threw this guy right here. This is the Googan Squad clickbait. I was going more natural colors because of the water clarity. This is their blue craw, I believe is what they call it. Didn't get anything on this. I paired it with a saucy swimmer. I threw a spinnerbait quite a bit, but I just didn't feel it was more of a shad pattern, and I didn't feel like it was really a shad pattern day. But we went down swinging, and something I told you guys this year I really wanted to focus on is I wanted to fish my gut and what I thought they were going to be doing. And this is what I thought these fish were going to be doing, and I stuck with it all day, and it just didn't turn out. And actually, fun fact, that video where we caught all those nice fish on that crankbait was the very next day. So the fish were here, not Missouri, but fish are doing very similar things here right now. And so, I think if I, could have gotten in the right pockets for me, my angler obviously ran into the fish you need to run into. I think it would have been a good day for me in the tournament. And just a tip out there for all you guys that are maybe starting out, just now starting fishing. This is a really tough time, so don't lose hope. You just got to really grind it out some of those days. That day on that video, I fished 4 or 5 hours and caught 6 or 7 fish, but they were nice fish. So, you just got to grind it out. You will catch fish if you keep with it. I also flipped this guy a little bit. This is the Googan Squad gridiron jig and PB&J with a rattling trunk trailer and green pumpkin. I threw that guy a little bit, not a lot, but some of those long tapering points I threw that. So I want to talk about this rod. I've got a great video coming out about this rod very soon. This is the Lit casting rod from Favorite. I think this is the most underrated rod that Favorite makes that's on the market. Everybody knows the Defender rod, the Pro Series rods, and all those. This rod is amazing. I love this rod for shallow crankbaits at 7.3. It's a medium heavy, but it's got a fast action tip, which is perfect for these crankbaits. I really like this rod. Any crankbait, but I just got my shallow one on it. So definitely recommend this rod. It's a great rod. And anything Favorite. The Defender rod's a great all-around rod. That series is also a great one of my favorites. But this rod right here, very impressed with it. Caught a lot of fish on it now, but I was even impressed with it after that tournament. Just throwing it as much as I did. So guys, thanks for tuning into our recap video. We do every tournament. We have a prep video, prep tournament day, and then a recap. So we'll do one of these every time. I want to thank all my awesome partners that are linked below. There's a couple new ones you guys have seen me put on my Instagram. And I'll have some more videos coming out about these new partners. But yeah, check out our partners. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Whether I'm sponsored on Pro Staff or not, these are the companies I trust and the companies that I want to go to battle with every week. So guys, thank you for your support. Next tournament, April 17th and 18th at Table Rock. I can't wait. Guys, other than that, that's all I got for today. See you guys next time. Peace.